athletes. Suffern and Carly Wenzel in the room. Coach Duffy, can you kick it off with the opening statement?
Sure. Just thrilled for our two seniors today, Kyla Freelon and Mel Daly. Just a special day for them. Their parents and families were in the building, and in just a short amount of time, they meant a lot to our program. They've just fit right in with our culture and just the energy. Love being around them, and really special for them to get the win today.
Open the floor to questions. Let's start with David.
Carly, in a game where it's so physical like this, it felt like you guys' defense in the second half really helped you guys pull away. What did you like about third quarter, fourth quarter, your guys' defense, how you kind of shut them down?
Yeah, just being able to kind of tone in. I think we started a little bit slow in the first half, both offensively and defensively. So letting the defense fuel us and get us going on offense. I think we talked about keeping them under 50 points, and so we were right there at it. So being able to really lock in that second half and get to the goal we were looking for.
Samaya, you were 8 for 8 from the foul line today. What about your guys' ability to, as a team, to shoot so well from the foul line in a tight game like this did you like?
Just remember that we have time on the line and we don't need to rush it. Just remember our preparation, even the littlest things as free throw line. So all of our routines on free throw, just make sure we take a deep breath and just knock those free throws down.
We'll go Mark and then Thomas.
Samaya, you guys went on that huge 22-2 run, late third quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter. What finally started clicking for you guys that you were able to take control of the game at that point?
Just remembering that we just have to come out here and just play as hard as we can, even though we didn't play our best in the first half. Just remembering that the preparation and what Coach Duffy says, that we have to lock in and do the little things and just feel the offense. And then, that's pretty much it.
Megan and Carly, for each of you, you're sitting here now 21 wins overall, 11 wins in the conference. Do you feel like this team is better in certain areas than it was last year? Certain things you can point to?
Oh, my gosh, last year. Wow. I'll just speak on this team. I'm just incredibly proud of the focus and grit to get better every day. Coming off two nice wins in California, you can have a letdown, and even though we didn't end up beating North Carolina the other day, there was still confidence about us that, you can see we're getting better defensively. We're moving and sharing the ball, and we just had a couple mishaps in that game, and I was just so proud of them taking every challenge we brought to them on Friday. We had to watch some of that film against UNC and, watch the really disappointing moments, but then also from a positivity, we spun it and just look at the good basketball we're playing. So it's never too late to get better. I've always been a big believer of that, whether it's the last game of the season or it's summertime or November, and this team continues to stay motivated to work on small things. And we needed that today. We were not at our best. We knew coming in with Georgia Tech the way they're physical, they got nothing to lose. Karen's doing a great job in her first year. It's not easy, as I went through it last year. And so just for our team to, despite having some ugly possessions on both sides, just staying locked in, like Samaya making all her free throws, Carly hitting a big three. She had a phenomenal pick and roll game to AT. It's like all those little plays add up and you can pull away. And I'm very proud of the grit they showed this week especially.
Thomas.
Carly, this question's for you. Obviously hitting 1,000 career points. What does a milestone like that mean to you?
A lot. I think I've had a lot of amazing teammates in my past years. Obviously, you have Liz Kitley and Georgia Amore, so being able to come in and understand what it takes and things like that. And I think people just know how to give me the ball where I'm successful. And I think that means a lot. It speaks on my teammates and everything. But, yeah, it means a lot. It's a lot of hard work.
And then, Coach, 24 turnovers today, forced on Georgia Tech, four different Yellow Jackets players committed 4 or more turnovers. What did you like about your team's activity in the passing lanes?
I thought we had some great possessions where we rotated over. We forced them to travel a couple times. That run that we made that we were alluding to before, we had some phenomenal rotations and led to some deflections, which was great. We were finally in the right position. I don't think any point in the first quarter we were ever in the right position, so we got better as the game went on with that. But just overall, we tightened things up and forced their kids to take some shots that were a little bit more difficult for them. I thought they got a few easy shots in the first half, but anytime you can force 20-some turnovers, it's less opportunities for them to score, and it gives you obviously an advantage.
We're going to go Cole and then in the back.
Coach, earlier in the game, they were kind of able to get inside the paint, maybe draw some fouls early on, and then later on be able to kind of shut that down a little bit. Was there any specific defensive adjustment that y'all made in the second half to kind of slow that down a bit?
I just thought we were a step slow. They can get into multiple actions and end up getting into a one-on-one in an ISO situation. And, I thought yesterday at practice we guarded it really well and we're in sync. And then I think that's where I was a little bit disappointed because I was like, well, we're not doing it like yesterday. So we just had to kind of keep talking about it and keep showing them what it looked like. And even if they thought they were there, you got to keep making those adjustments. So I thought once we tightened up a little bit and played up to, our effort level, then some of the mistakes we could make, we could get away with because of your effort in getting to the right spot. I thought our bench did a really nice job for us, helping on that side of the ball as well. And, just overall, like I said, we got stronger as the game went on.
Right in the back.
Yeah, Coach, defensively, you guys have been really good as of late. How important is that going into UVA next weekend and then the ACC tournament and beyond?
I mean, it's driven us all year because I think it just when you're driven on those things you can control, your defense and your rebounding and the way you communicate with each other, it can take such a load off your offense, because as we know, you watch games all across the country, you're going to have a game where it looks really pretty and then the next day, you can't make a shot. So they've really bought into that with this group of like staying steady in the fight and then be patient when those shots do come. But if we didn't have our defense this year and our mindset, it'd be a whole different ball game for us. And I'm just so proud of how they've individually gotten better, led by these two. And then just even Karis's growth and Kyla's anchor inside, that becomes contagious. Layla Wells has been a big piece of that as well. And Mackey with their scrappiness. So we have different even defensive groups we can use to keep that energy up. And it's critical. It's critical at the end of February and March.
You want to go final question, Dave?
Megan, Kyla dealt with some foul trouble, and Kale and Manaya both came in. It seemed like they gave you guys some really good minutes. What would you like from them?
Yeah, I mean, Kyla got a couple cheap ones, but I thought, starting with AT, just her physical presence, she got a couple fouls too, but she held her ground. I thought Kale made a couple big plays for us, drew a foul on them by just kind of, banging bodies with somebody and grabbed a couple herself. And, those things matter. It gets, these guys easier buckets. And there's a little bit of a reverse thing because their guards are pretty good rebounders. So usually we say, guards, you got to help the post rebound. And this was kind of a game where it was like, hey, bigs, can you help these guys with the way, Georgia Tech's guard play was. So it needed to be a collective effort. I thought AT was very efficient with it, just huge minutes. And I thought she got a little frustrated in the beginning, but then even her poise, Kyla Freeland was in her ear, along with her assistant coaches, to keep her positive and keep her locked into what she needed to do. So overall, was happy with our bench.
Samaya, I'll start with you and Carly. Just what can you say about Kyla and Mel, the seniors, kind of what they've meant to you guys, this team this year?
I think it's really hard to just come in to a team and build chemistry right away in 1 year, and I think they've fit what we do perfectly. I think they work really hard on the court, but they're great people off the court. What they do, what they want to do with life, it's just not normal stuff. So being able to have people that you just get along with that are just good people that want to work hard and want to pour into a program and give all they have for a year is rare. So it's nice to have them here. So credits to her for getting people like that here.
No, for real. Mel and Kyla, they just did such a good job of being able to adapt coming from two different schools who play two different ways. So just having the trust in us and as well as Coach Duffy, it makes the team better off and on the court.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, y'all.